Hi guys, Mrnewmobile here. Apple iPad mini 6 release date, price, and specs. Please subscribe followed by the bell. You can also keep up on Facebook, Twitter by clicking the links in the description. So the 6th generation of the iPad mini since the iPad mini 5 was released in March 2019, like most device rumors, they focus on the upcoming iPad's design, screen size, cameras, and even which port Apple will bring to the table. The iPad mini 6 will likely see minor changes to the screen size, but could also feature a bezel-less design. It will feature a larger 8.4-inch display compared to 7.9 inches on the generation before. It will keep the Touch ID and Lightning port. On May 5, 2021, Korean blog Naver reported that the iPad would feature an 8.7-inch screen and a miniature version of the iPad Pro, which means the iPad mini May 6 feature the iPad Pro's bezel-less design that Apple brought to the iPad Air 4 in October 2020. However, when Naver talks about the new iPad mini, it isn't clear if it talks about a possible Pro version of the iPad mini. An older report released in May 2020 by Qu stated that the iPad mini model would feature a display between 8.5 inches and 9 inches, was accused of leaking the new iPad mini when images of an OtterBox Kids Apple iPad mini screen protector. While this was, presumably, a mistake and not an actual leak, the Target ad features an iPad without bezels in one of the pictures. However, the screen protector sells for the current mini version of the iPad and not the new tablet. Target has also advertised for non-existent Apple products in the past, including an iPhone 9 and an 11-inch iPad. Some rumors say that the new iPad mini will be upgrading to a new mini LED display. While there are no significant leakers who have backed this rumor, it is part of the rumor that Apple will be adding mini LED displays to most of its devices. The new 12.9-inch iPad Pro, powered by the M1 processor, has a mini LED display, and Apple calls this display its Liquid Retina XDR display. Apple may bring Touch ID to the new iPad mini. Apple is unlikely to feature Face ID in its smallest iPad, given that its other consumer iPad, the iPad Air 4, does not feature Face ID. If Apple were to change the iPad mini into its bezel-less design, the company would have to find a place to put Touch ID. In January 2021, David and Pig2 reported that Touch ID would be in the screen. The other option would be to mirror the newest iPad Air's Touch ID system built into the top button if Apple does not give the iPad mini any notable design changes. It is probable that Touch ID will remain on the home button. As we've seen in the past, the current consumer tablet has the Apple invented Lightning port connector that may change with the new version of the iPad mini. Apple has been slowly changing the whole iPad lineup throughout the past few years, starting with the iPad Pro. Last year in October, it switched the iPad Air to USB-C, but on the other hand, the company kept the Lightning port in its 8th generation 10.2-inch iPad in the same year. The iPad mini 6 is expected to include support for the 2nd generation Apple Pencil after the iPad mini 5 brought support for the 1st generation Apple Pencil. Apple still does sell the 1st generation Apple Pencil, so, while it is doubtful, Apple may continue only supporting the 1st generation Apple Pencil. The current iPad mini does not have any way to store the 1st generation Pencil, and you charge it by plugging it into the Lightning port of your iPad. With the iPad Air and 2nd generation Pencil, you can store and charge your Pencil on the side of the iPad. If Apple were to upgrade support for the new Pencil, it would redesign the new small tablet, and the Apple Pencil 2 will connect and charge via a magnetic mount on the side of the iPad. Based on past releases, odds are the cameras will get a significant upgrade. Currently, the iPad mini has an 8MP back camera. The 8MP camera is a step up from the iPad mini 4 camera, which only had a 5MP camera. It is worth noting that the iPad Air 4 has a 12MP camera, and Apple could bring the 12MP camera to the iPad mini 6 as a big jump from the 8MP camera it has now. The front-facing camera on the current iPad mini has a 1.2MP camera. The current iPad Air has a 7MP front camera, and Apple may bring the 7MP camera to the new iPad mini. The new iPad mini could feature the ultra-wide front camera with center stage introduced with the iPad Pro. On the iPad Pro, This system allows for portrait mode selfies and has a 12MP sensor with a 122-degree field of view for FaceTime and other video calls. If Apple does redesign the iPad mini 6, the new tablet may include a back dual camera system such as the one on the current iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 mini. This camera system has a wide and ultra-wide camera with night mode and uses smart HDR3 to balance details in the photo. The new iPad mini 6 is not anticipated to feature the LiDAR scanner featured on the iPhone 12 Pro models and the iPad Pro. We can assume this because the iPad Air 4 does not feature the LiDAR scanner. The iPad mini 6 will be featuring an A13 Bionic chip. Adding the A13 Bionic chip would be one step higher than the A12 Bionic chip in the iPad mini 5, but it would be one step down to the newest iPhone, which has an A14 Bionic chip in it. We haven't heard many rumors about which processor Apple will put in the new iPad mini 6 other than this outdated report. Apple may put 3 different Bionic chips into its new device: the A13 Bionic chip, A14 Bionic chip, or the currently unreleased A15 Bionic chip. Based on Apple's past, the company will put the A14 Bionic or A15 Bionic chip into the new consumer tablet. Apple will probably give its smallest iPad the most up-to-date chip, depending on when Apple releases its new tablet. That chip will be either the A14 Bionic or the A15 Bionic, with the assumption that Apple has kept the prices on its tablets the same. The iPad mini 6 is assumed to keep the same price as the 5th generation iPad mini, starting at $399. The existing base model comes with 64 GB of storage with the option to upgrade to 256 GB for $150 extra. Apple could increase the base model storage and even add more storage options. That is all the latest news we have heard about iPad mini 6. Once we have news leaks, I will share with you guys. Without being said, let me know your thought on the upcoming iPad mini 6 in the comment below, and if you are new here, please subscribe, like the video, comment. Thanks for watching. See you on my next video. Peace out.